welcome back to my channel. Today I am sharing episode 2 of my home renovation DIYary series because a lot has been happening over the last couple of weeks that I kind of need to catch you up on. If you're unfamiliar with this series, I recently purchased my first home. It's a Victorian house, but it's a fixer-upper, so I'm doing these vlog style diary kind of videos to share with you guys what I'm doing to fix the place up. This episode was much more tricky to film than the last one because we've basically had tradespeople in almost every single day. We've even had help on Saturdays, and at some points we've had like 8 or 9 people in the house at once, which is good. It's progressing quite quickly. But it's been difficult to film, so I had to sneak in a couple of times. So this episode is a little bit more linear, but without further ado, let's jump into where we left off in the last one. So it's day 1 of the building process, and that wall is starting to have a massive hole in it. The RSJ is up here, but yeah, it's looking pretty good. It feels a lot bigger in here already and a lot brighter. And the old ugly fireplace has gone. Hey Ben.
Hey.
What are you looking at? Ben, this is going on my YouTube channel. Stop it.
You know, beep. You beep it out.
Stop. Hey Ben.
What?
You wanna come help me?
What did you say?
You wanna come help me? I'm filming. I can see my breath. Oops. Hi guys, so I thought I would bring you around for a quick house update because some fun stuff has been happening. We're really cold because it is snowing outside currently and there is still no heating in this house yet, but all of that stuff is from the plumber who's going to be fixing the heating and sorting it out, so that's going to be fun. So let me show you how we're doing. So remember the sitting room? Well, ta-da! We have a massive hole between the sitting room and the dining room, and it's looking pretty good. This has been completely it's been completely plastered, skimmed, you know, the lot. It's looking really nice and it's looking very smooth, unlike the job we did in my office. Oops. But yeah, it's looking good. Here it is from the other side. It needs tidying up a bit around the edges, but yeah, it's looking awesome. How do you feel about the hole?
It's big.
It is pretty big.
It's brown.
Let's go look at the hole in the kitchen. Oh yeah, there's still a hole in the floor. This is what the one in the kitchen looks like. There used to be a door here, and now there's a massive hole that goes into the breakfast nook, and I think that's a light switch. It still functions, but also the fireplace has been taken out and boarded up, and behind it we found that there was actually a back boiler, which is kind of an old way to boil water. But yeah, it's been blocked up because it needs to be usable kitchen space. Oh, and also the one in the front room, that's been taken out too, but it has accidentally been plasterboarded by the builders, who are going to come back and take it out because I think that was a mistake, so they're gonna fix that at some point. But yeah, it's been taken out, so that's a start. Ben, are you gonna show them the air raid shelter?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do a tour. Okay, let's go. Oh dear, I don't think you're gonna see it in this snow. This is the current state of the garden. That's a pile of bricks. I don't know if you can see that, but it's under there. So Ben, tell us what this pile of bricks and this concrete slab is.
It's believed to be a World War II air raid shelter. It's pretty common around here. I'm gonna make it my job and my duty to dig it up and make it functional again.
So that we can have an air raid shelter?
So I can have an air raid shelter.
So me and you and Waffle can have an air raid shelter?
So me and Waffle can have one.
Excuse me? We think this might be where the steps were, and you can't see it today because of the snow, so we'll have to show you another day. But this whole concrete slab, there is a possibility that this is where the air raid shelter might be, underneath. You excited?
Very.
I'm gonna put your Xbox down here.
As long as you don't come down and bother me.
Hey, okay, let's go. Those clips were shot just under 2 weeks ago now, which feels absolutely crazy to me because so much has happened since then, despite the snow, because the snow in the south of England, we don't get much snow down here, so it kind of sets us back and puts everything on a standstill for a few days. But we're on track now, so I snuck in a few days later and I got a little bit more footage, which I will show you now. Update time, it is now Monday the 5th of March and a few things have been happening around here, so I wanted to catch you guys up. We've actually been removing all the wallpaper in the kitchen over the weekend. We haven't quite finished, but we've done a pretty good job. Didn't film much of that because wallpaper stripping is soul destroying. So didn't show you guys much of that while it was happening, but I'll show you what it looks like now. We've done basically the entire kitchen. We've removed that box where those pipes were covered up. Not sure if those are gonna be moved around or anything, but they're there at the moment. This is what the kitchen is looking like right now. So, you know, gotta get worse before it gets better, right? Still got a bit of stuff to remove over there, but other than that, we've done pretty well. Luckily with the wallpaper in the kitchen, it's really easy to rip off. Look at this. Oh yeah, that's pretty satisfying. Oh, that's not. Come on. Not every strip of wallpaper has been that good, but we've had some pretty good rips in here. So as you can see from there, things were progressing a little bit. So much so that I even said this. We've definitely got to the point where it feels like it can't get any worse. So hopefully it can get better from here. Yeah, I was wrong. It got worse. It got much worse. Like hole in the ceiling kind of worse. Don't worry, I'll fill you guys in on that in a minute. I wish I could go back in time and tell poor, naive, optimistic Hermione from last week how much worse it truly is gonna get. But I can't. So here we are. Let me fill you in on where we are at today. I went in and I got some more clips, so I'm going to show you guys those now. Good morning everyone. It is currently 7:30 a.m. on Thursday the 15th of March, and I wanted to come in here and give you one final update for this video to show you all of the things that have been going on in the house. This is looking slightly different today. So we've been doing all the wallpaper stripping in here. And it's been a struggle because it was layers thick. We didn't even know there was wallpaper there. So that was fun, but we have been able to use a steamer, which has made such a difference. It's made this so much easier, and we've had a bit of help with this as well. So yeah, it's nearly done. By the end of the week, this room will be completely done so it can be plastered. Look at the state of it. I'm so sad, but it can only get better from here. Oh gosh, every time I say that, it gets worse. Another thing that's almost been finished this week is the electrics. All of them have been done, and we've got new light cables, light switches, etc. Just not in the kitchen and the hallway yet because the ceilings need to be finished. Let's move on into the hallway. Oh, another floorboard is up. This is looking so much better because most of the wallpaper is down throughout the whole hallway, which is awesome. I'm so excited. This also has to be plastered because it's got massive holes in it, and the plaster up there is just completely blown. Let's go through to the kitchen because that's slightly more exciting. Oh, the hole is still here. That's going to be fixed tomorrow. This is what the kitchen looks like right now, and every single scrap of wallpaper is off, not just in the kitchen, but all the way through in the utility room too. And every single tile is off as well. It doesn't look like it, but I promise there's no wallpaper here, so this will be ready to be plastered as well. So this corner is where the washing machine and the dryer is going to be, and there used to be a boiler cupboard here, and that's been taken out, and the old boiler is out, so we have all that extra room, which is really nice. So we have been storing furniture there. So that's progress, I guess. The biggest change in this kitchen by far is the ceiling, which has been underdrawn, and I really didn't want to have to do that for like 6 months to a year. I was thinking that was going to be a phase 2 kind of thing, but to do the walls, the plasterer needs the ceiling underdrawn. Basically that just means plasterboard is put up and then it's taped, and then you can skim over the top of it. But it looks so much better. All in all, I am actually really glad I did it, because in a year's time, that's the last thing I'm gonna wanna do. I'm not gonna wanna mess with ceilings and get all my nice tiles and my flooring completely dusty all over again. So let me show you what it looks like. It's flat, which is really nice. And it's starting to feel like the kitchen is maybe coming together. Once the walls have been completely plastered, I think it's gonna feel like a proper room. And sadly, I did have to do the same thing in the hallway upstairs, which is a huge process because you have to get scaffolding because the ceilings are so high up there. I'll show you guys that in a minute. But long story short, I'm really glad I did that, because the ceiling was actually bowing in the middle and you couldn't tell before, but it was because there was like 3 or 4 layers of plaster just on top of the ceiling, and it was weighing it down so much that it was coming away from the joists. That, luckily, was quite an easy fix that was able to be fixed while all of the plasterboard was going up. But yesterday we did have a massive hole in the ceiling. I'll put a picture in here, which kind of scared me a little bit, not gonna lie. And now everything is covered in an inch of soot. I'm gonna show you what it looks like. This is what it looks like. It's so much better and it's ready to be plastered and painted, and I'm so excited. Also, the wallpaper is nearly completely off here. We did get someone to remove it up here because it's so high up, and they did a much better job than we would have done anyway. And this is where the fun happens. Oh yeah. This is the master bedroom and it's been completely plastered. Look at this, from top to bottom. I'm so excited. It is taking a while to dry over here, so it might be like a week or so before I can actually get paint on the walls, but this is the first room that feels almost finished, so it's almost ready for a makeover. Yeah, this is what it looks like right now. And this is the ceiling, all nice and clean. I'm gonna try and put some clips in here of what this room used to look like, because it's actually hard to remember how awful it was. It was covered in graffiti, undesirable crayon pictures, football stickers all over the walls, holes from dartboards. It was pretty rough. And now it's all smooth and lovely. I am so excited to finally do something with this room. So that's it, that's where we're at today. I filmed those clips about 2-3 hours ago now, so fingers crossed there are some builders in there right now removing some windows. That will be something hopefully I can share with you guys in the next episode. And not to sound too optimistic, but since the ceiling fiasco, I really do feel that after the windows are done, that's pretty much as bad as it's gonna get. I mean, there might be a little damp problem here and there, but other than that, I don't think it can get much worse. I'm gonna regret saying that, aren't I? So that's all I have to share with you guys today. Thank you guys so much for all of your comments in the last few videos. I'm taking all of your advice on board, because being a first-time renovator, I have no idea what I'm doing. So I've seen some really helpful advice in the comments. If you do have any advice on things that you've done in your fixer-upper, I would love to know. Please leave me a comment down below. And yeah, that's everything. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a great week, and I will see you next time. Bye.